All right, cool. I think it's right about time to just get started. All right, sweet. So I'll kick off this space. As I tweeted out just a moment ago, 7 days of Christmas. Uh, oh, one sec. Sorry, I'm getting some replay. Cool. So I'll get right into that after we just go down the list. All right. So number one, as we've talked about, farming starts today. Um, Tonight, our farmer number one, he's our degen farmer. He's going to be farming the medium to high risk stuff, the stuff that you want to get into and get right out. And when I say right out in crypto world, that means anywhere from an hour to a day. And we're just going to refer to him as Alpha. So farmer number one, our degen farmer, his name will be Alpha. He'll be joining the Discord. We'll give him the farmer role, and we'll be sending him 25 Ethereum to start farming with. Not sure if we're gonna make his wallet public yet, because as we said, it's degen. If you follow and you're not glued to your computer like he is, you're gonna lose money. And if you don't lose money, you're gonna become rich for a few hours before you lose money. So yeah, farmer number one, named Alpha, is going to start tonight. And farmer number two, he actually will be completely doxing. He's a familiar face to many. We're not going to give him a name because he's just going to go by his name. And he will be starting tomorrow. We're going to fund him with anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. So yeah, Alpha will be starting tonight. He'll be starting with roughly 100K. And farmer number two will be starting tomorrow with 500K to a mil. And all of this will be coming from my public loan to the Treasury. And whatever we decide to match with the Treasury will also be sent to farmer number two, not our degen farmer, because as far as our degen farmer goes, 25 Ethereum or 100K is enough to start him out with. And we'll see some massive gains. It'll also help the ROI because the more we put in, it would just mean that he has to put more in. So yeah, we're going to just stick with about 100K for him and 500K to a mil for farmer number two. And that'll all come from the public loan I'll be giving to the Treasury to kickstart the efforts. And when I say that as well, we still have over 1.5 mil in the Treasury. So we'll still be allocating those funds. We've also, already been staking. We've been staking a few other tokens. The positions are pretty public. You can go on ACY.capital and it'll show you which positions we're staking. And as we mentioned in the previous spaces, by the end of this week, our dashboard will show much more precise data. It'll load faster and it'll be a lot more accurate. So yeah, that's what's new with farming. But the most exciting thing is marketing. So going into the end of this year, into quarter four, we launched in quarter four. We're ending in quarter four for this year. And we've got a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be doing leading up to Christmas and leading up to the new year. So leading up to Christmas, we're going to do 7 days of giveaways or 7 days of excitement. 7 days to Christmas would start tomorrow. So that starts tomorrow, 7 days before the 25th. So 7 days of Christmas starts tomorrow. Every day there will be an exciting announcement or event. And two of the 7 events are already decided. One of them is a centralized exchange. Not going to mention the name, but they will be supporting reflections. But to encourage new people from this centralized exchange to join our reflecting crew, we've reduced the reflection rate there to 5%. And so when we announce what exchange that is, we will let you guys know. So two of those 7 days of Christmas are already decided. One of those is a centralized exchange. We're not going to mention which one, like I just said. So cool. Sorry, I'm getting messages that people can't see it. Yo, Bogart, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you all right. Talking about our 7 days of ACYC that we're super excited for.
All right, cool. Because people are messaging me that they can't hear. All right, but we'll just continue. They can listen to the recording or come in when we do when we do the announcement. Or let me just link them real quick. Sorry, guys. Want to make sure that everybody is here. Oh, guys, the host isn't talking. Okay, let's get back to this. Sweet. So 7 days of Christmas, 2 of the days are already decided. What is a centralized exchange that will support our reflections? That's great. Um, Community growth. Tonight, we're going to do a public vote in our Discord. And this will decide one of the other 7 days of Christmas. We are going to airdrop tokens to one of two communities or one of two community categories. So we're either going to airdrop tokens to a community that was rugged, or we're going to airdrop a community to a community that is a major reflector in this space. So any other token that has reflections qualifies, and it doesn't have to be either or. We could actually, 2 days could be, one will be the rugged community and one will be the reflecting community. So we'll basically just decide which one we want to do first, and then we'll take it to Twitter to decide which rugged community or which reflected community we're going to do. This is to help grow our community because, as you guys know in our name, all coins yield capital. Even rugged communities can yield capital. So that'll be one of our 7 days of Christmas. We'll be airdropping anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 worth of ACYC to a rugged community, and $50,000 to $100,000 worth of ACYC to another reflecting community. So tonight we'll be doing a vote in our Discord, which one we want to do first, and maybe taking a little bit of input on how we want to decide it. But as of now, we're leaning towards, a Twitter marketing campaign where we reach out to all the communities that reflect and reach out to major rugged communities to, maybe whoever does the most cash tags ACYC plus their rugged or their reflecting community will be the ones we decide. And for the reflecting community, we could do something as far as airdrop $50,000 to $100,000 worth of tokens to all of their members, or we could airdrop $50,000 to $100,000 worth of tokens to just the top 100. Both have their advantages, both have their disadvantages, and we want to hear from the community and make a sound vote, because as of now we're not completely decentralized, but we don't want to be making all the decisions at the moment for the community. So that's part of the 7 days of Christmas, and that's not one of the two decided days already. Those are going to be additional days, and we can get fun with the rest. We can do meme competitions, we can do whatever. But speaking of memes, I think a lot of you have seen that a community-run Twitter has launched, ACYC underscore reflectors. That is a community-run Twitter, and super excited when they launched. Immediately reached out to them and told them I would publicly fund any giveaways they wanted to do to, promote their Twitter and promote our project. So any of the giveaways you see run by ACYC underscore reflectors, those giveaways are legit. I'll be paying out the winners, and we'll be doing trustless winner selections. So you don't have to worry about that being some like farming channel. Like, it's legit. ACYC underscore reflectors. That's where all of our memes and the funnier content will be displayed, because we want to keep it professional in the front and meme in the back. Tonight, our YouTube channel will launch. The YouTube channel will have all of the past recordings, as far as a little summary in the bio. So that's exciting too. So just to go back over the two main topics that we just covered for anybody who just came in, because I see that we have gone from about 100 listeners to 180, so just about doubled. Just a quick little recap. Farming begins tonight. Tonight, we'll begin with our degen farmer. His name is Alpha. We'll be funding him with $100,000. Then tomorrow, farmer number 2, our conservative farmer, will start, and he will be funded with $100,000 to $1 million worth of, ETH or USD. I'll be sending these farmers plus the treasury $500,000 out of my own fund to kickstart these efforts. We have over 1.5 mil in our treasury, but I have conviction in this project. I have conviction in these two farmers, and I want them to kickstart their efforts as rapid as possible. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and send them some funds to get started. Like I said, though, this is a loan. There's no interest on this loan. But I'm these farmers. Two, marketing. Tomorrow we'll start our 7 days of Christmas marketing campaign. Two of those 7 days are already decided. One of those two decided days is a centralized exchange. We'll announce what day coming up, and that exchange will support our reflections. But to encourage the people there who aren't used to reflecting so hard, we have reduced the rate there from 10% to 5%. So that'll start one of these next 7 days. We're focusing on community growth. And so in our Discord tonight, we will be voting on whether or not we should airdrop 50,000 to 100,000 worth of tokens to a rugged community first, or another community that reflects, because all coins yield capital. So, even rugged coins yield capital. These days will be part of the 7 days of Christmas. Our community run Twitter has launched. It is ACYC_reflectors. And I will be personally funding any of the giveaways they do. So if you see, $500 to $1,000 giveaways, you don't have to question whether or not those are legit. We'll be doing trustless selections of winners, and they'll be funded by me personally. And tonight, after this space, our YouTube channel will launch with all of the previous space recordings, and we'll have little transcripts, or a little, TLDR, too long didn't read. Cool. So 1, farming. 2, marketing. 3, NFTs. Our committee has been pretty adamant that the Patnut reflector, profile pictures you've seen everywhere should be NFTs, and we agree. Personally, I vouch that I'll never launch an NFT collection, and many of us don't have the time for it, even though we can see the benefit for doing so. Luckily, we have a lot of creative community members, one of them being Fruitcake. Fruitcake has created some amazing Patnut reflector NFTs. Absolutely love them. And so we'll have another community member launch this NFT, and they have vouched that all of the proceeds from the mint will go straight to the treasury. And as of now, tentatively, all of the secondary sales that are brought in, so all of the secondary sales fees, will be used to market by ACYC. So one more time, the community will be, or a trusted community member will be launching the Patnut Reflector NFT collection. Right, Fruitcake is helping to create the one-of-one legendary Patnuts, and all of the money raised from the mint will be used to will be directly sent to the treasury, and all of the secondary sales fees brought in will be used to market by ACYC tentatively. 7 of the 10 legendary Patnuts that will be, or we'll just call them reflectors. 7 of the 10 legendary reflectors have been decided. We still need ideas for the remaining 3. So currently we have the Pastronaut, so Pat Astronaut. We have the Prison Pat, so tatted up Pat. We have Robo Reflector, so Robot Pat. We have Wall Street Pat. We have, a bunch of other Pats. We have St. Patrick's. We have Pepe Pat. I'm not going to keep going, but you see where this theme is headed. If you have any good ideas for the remaining 3 of 10 legendary reflectors, write it in our Discord. As everyone knows, I read everything. We read everything. We take it all in. So if you have any good suggestions, we'll pass it along to Fruitcake. And if you have any good suggestions for traits as well, let us know. So far, we've got stuff like ACYC chains. We've got reflector shades. We've got it all. So if you have any good ideas, let us know. I can see in the Discord we have a lot of excitement about this. That's probably one of my favorite part about Pirate Pat. I like Pirate Pat. Okay. I love our Discord. It's a pretty cozy community. We're all contributing. A lot of the people here have seen the progress of this community grow, and all the things that we've been doing to make it come alive. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions, let us know. And that's just about all that we have to cover right now. And even when I say that, that was kind of a lot to unload. So one more time, farming begins tonight. Our degen farmer named Alpha will begin with 100K worth of USDC or ETH, whatever he asks us to send him, Farmer number two, who will dox himself tomorrow. He's a pretty well-known person. He'll be funded with anywhere from 500,000 to $1 million. Marketing starts tomorrow, 7 days of Christmas. Two of those 7 days are already decided. One is a centralized exchange who will support reflections, even though we'll only be doing 5% reflections instead of 10. Tonight we'll have a public vote in our Discord whether or not we should airdrop $50,000 to $100,000 worth of tokens to a rugged community first or a reflecting community. And our community run Twitter has ACYC underscore reflectors. I'll be funding all of their giveaways. Their giveaways are legit. I think after this space, the people who run it and I are going to decide on our favorite memes and send those people some money. And our YouTube channel launches tonight. It'll have all of our previous spaces and a little TLDR. And our community will be launching the Patent Reflector NFT collection. All of the money used, all the money raised in the mint will go towards the treasury, and all secondary sales tentatively will be, oh gosh, Fruitcake just posted one of the legendaries in Discord, but all of the secondary sales will be used to market by ACYC tentatively. And we're still looking for ideas on the last 3 of 10 legendary pat nuts, 1 of 1s. So yeah, that's what we have for everybody. I hope that's enough enough of an update for the last 48 hours. Like always, if there's not a space tomorrow, there'll be one next day. I think, yo, Bogar, are we going to do a Q&A?
Yeah, I think we could take a few questions up here.
Cool. So yeah, let's do a Q&A for about 15 minutes. Right now, we're trying to keep these a little bit short to encourage people to watch the recordings, which they are. But we want to make sure that, all of the information is relayed very succinctly and that people who are watching it get addicted to. It's kind of like if anybody watches your favorite YouTube channel, it's usually about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep it somewhere in that range. So if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask, please request to speak.
And I will also add, if we don't get to your questions in here, or if you have an idea or anything, we did open an ideas and suggestions channel in the Discord, in the ACYC Discord. And we've already gotten some great suggestions in there. As Nate always mentions, we're always reading everything, and everything gets relayed back to the rest of the team. And we really appreciate it too. So yeah, let's definitely take some questions.
Cool. Let's just start with the first 2 people who requested. I'm going to bring up Shib Nasty, and then I'll bring up Vineland as well, but Vineland will have you go right after Shib Nasty. Yo, Shib Nasty, welcome to the stage.
Hey, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you. I'm interested in investing. I think this seems like a great project, and there's a lot of solid looking people down here as listeners. So my understanding is that there's some kind of NFT. I'm going to join your Discord too, by the way. But my understanding is there's some kind of NFT future involvement regarding this project, and then it's some of the profits are kind of reinvested to the holders and in other partitions. So is that correct? The NFTs, and then I don't know, are these going to be allocated to holders, or is this something that holders can buy in the future? Thank you.
Well, I'll take that. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So there is an NFT collection coming. If you hop in the Discord, you can already see some of the legendaries that have been posted. It's going to be, we don't have the time personally to be running, something like that. All our focuses are on ACYC, the token, but there will be, a Reflectors NFT collection, and the proceeds of that initial mint will be going to the ACYC Treasury, which, as we know, the ACYC Treasury gets invested, and those investments are then returned to the holders in the form of reflections. So, that money ends up going back to you guys after we turn it into a bunch more. And then the secondary sales will tentatively be going to buying back ACYC at market as well. So yeah, the Reflectors collection is incoming, and it should be really exciting.
Yeah, and then I took a moment to pause because I wanted to change my profile picture to one of the legendaries. This is the Robo Reflector. So this is we call it a Patna. It's just a it's if you've ever watched SpongeBob and Patrick or SpongeBob SquarePants, this is Patrick Star. He's making a very peculiar face, and we're going to turn it into an NFT collection. And it's going to be community run, and all of the funds will go back towards our treasury that will be then used to farm and other risk adjusted trading strategies to yield a profit to send back to our holders. And like Bogart said, like, you know, some of these NFT collections, could sell out anywhere from, a mil to 3 mil. And that would be great for our treasury. But when we started this project, we had literally the first 3 to 6 months mapped out. And even if it could bring an extra 1.5 to $3 million to our treasury, we can't deviate from our plans to create this NFT collection. We can only help encourage people and empower them to, carry out what the community wants. And if it ends up benefiting our treasury, that'll be amazing. We'll endorse it. And we've left the decision making processes in the hands of people that we do trust within the community and people who have proven to be worthy of trust. And so, yeah, the NFT collection will end up benefiting the treasury and all holders. We have discussed a bunch of other stuff too. I think you were hinting at, is there any way that the holders can benefit from this other than just the treasury? Whether or not, the big reflectors get a free mint. So big reflectors currently are holders of 200 million tokens or more. And they get access to the alpha channel, and roughly it's about 2 Ethereum to be a big reflector. Maybe we'll be sending them out free mint. Can't say for certain, but we do like rewarding our community. So we will try to incorporate that the best we can. And Bogger is Bogger is repping the one of one legendary Kongs.
I'm going to call this the bog nut because it seems to have been based off of my special Kong. But that's just one example, yeah. What we should.
So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'm gonna allocate some of my funds towards this. I think you guys got a good project going. If you can help me with two more questions, please. So I have trouble sometimes getting into NFTs when they get so large. You know what I mean? And I understand you said over 200 million shareholder will possibly get in. Is there going to be like a whitelist or anything of that nature, for holders or early adopters? And then also one last thing is I looked on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. I couldn't see a total circulating or max supply. I don't know if maybe I missed something, but could you tell me what the max supply is too? Thank you guys again.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So we are definitely considering a whitelist or something for current ACYC holders, or something to that effect. Maybe in our giveaway we'll do a raffle or something for ACYC holders because there are a few thousand already. And then as far as our supply goes, all of the tokens are in circulation. There was no pre-sale, there was no team allocation, anything like that. There are 1 trillion ACYC tokens in circulation, and there is zero inflation. So there will never be 1 trillion and one ACYC tokens or any more than that.
Nice, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and good luck, and we'll see you in the future.
Thank you. Yeah, and thanks for joining in and being a part of the community. And we'll definitely take some other speakers now too. I think I saw Vineland was second here, so let's.
Yeah, hey man, thanks so much for taking my questions. I really appreciate it. I think you guys are doing some cool stuff, and since the last space that you guys did, I found a little bit of capital lying around and squeezed a little bit into ACYC. I think it's a good idea, and you guys are doing some cool stuff. I have two questions specifically, and you can handle them as you like. My first off is Nate's small loan of $500,000 to the farming efforts and things like that. I think that's really cool. I like that you guys are willing to put your money where your mouth is on the project. But just for due diligence, or to model things, like if Nate were to suddenly like call in the loan and like kind of like whack the treasury while it's down, like let's say like a perfect confluence of bad events happens, right? And he calls that loan in, like what would happen? Like what's our worst case scenario? It's like
So for
valuation, that
me,
sort of thing.
yeah, so for me personally, all of that money that I just announced didn't exist to me literally 4 days ago. Uh, I put about 800K into a different token, and that token essentially announced the V2 and went down to 12K. Uh, at the bottom, I said whatever it gets to, I'm going to loan to our treasury until it's so healthy that it won't even matter. Uh, so, if a terrible round of events come and for some reason there was only 500K left in the treasury, I would not call on that loan. We would be using that till the end. Uh, and that it's not a number that is going to make me lose any sleep at night. I could do that multiple times more if I wanted to. So it's not something where I feel overexposed or at all. It's more or less a donation without a donation. So when our treasury is at 10 mil, maybe I'll take it back. When our treasury is, when we have so much money that we can't use it all at once, maybe I'll take it back. But for the foreseeable future, I will not be calling back on that at all.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured, but I just wanted to ask and see what you thought about that. And then my second question was, you guys mentioned that you had a fairly rigorous 3 to 6 month plan, that you were being disciplined and sticking to, which is cool, and I appreciate that. Where would you say? Because I just kind of got into this recently, and I'm not sure, but where would you say you are right now? Like what day or like what month are you on that plan?
We're in month one. So this is our, I believe, 18th or 17th day of the project. And we're still in month one. Month one was to get a treasury of 2 mil. Month one was to get one centralized exchange and to build a community base with over 2,000 holders. So we've already surpassed that. And, like I said, the NFT collection was never in month one. The NFT collection was actually something that we were considering way down the line, but our community kind of jumped on it quick. So we're right where we need to be. And basically, we didn't do it by months, we did it by quarters. So by the end of quarter one of 2022, we want $10 million in our treasury. So right now we're pushing roughly 2 mil. We need about 10 mil by the end of quarter two, so 10 mil over the next 4 months. And we need to be essentially the only other thing that we had set in stone by the end of quarter one 2022 was to have a master farmer. So a master farmer advisor would be somebody who has been through it all, been through the ringer, knows how to farm low risk, low reward tokens, know how to farm degen stuff, and basically knows how to sit down with all of our other operating farmers basically daily to say, this is what I see in the market. Here's a report. We want an independent report from this master farmer to say that, I've been tracking this data almost like Nansen, and I know what's going on. Here's where you should be looking. This master farmer should not actually be farming for us, but should be leading the efforts of our farmers, kind of like a branch manager for any chain. They need to be saying, this is the data, this is where everyone is, this is what we're doing, this is where I see you could improve, and this is where I see you're doing good. So by the end of quarter one, 2022, we need $10 million in the treasury and we need our master farmer. We've reached out to two of the original candidates that we had lined up. One of them is actually starting an educational course and does not have the time. And the other one is happy where he is. So we have about 3 more that we're in contact with right now. I'm not going to say how those conversations are going, but looking likely by the end of quarter one, 2022, that we'll have that master farmer lined up.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. One last thing. Why did you guys pick Ethereum over other L1 blockchains?
Well, we are, yeah. So Ethereum is just, we're native to Ethereum, but migrating to other chains is absolutely something that we're considering down the line. Obviously, Binance Smart Chain is a lot more affordable for a lot of people who are dealing with a lower amount of capital. So of course, that's something we're looking at. We're looking at Polygon. The doors are always open for that, but Ethereum is just native to us and our developers and everything. So that was the reason for that. And I'll also add to what Nate said. We also, I will mention again, we will have aggregate performance data coming early next year for the treasury investments and everything, and that that includes the farming that is starting tonight.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you for the questions, man.
All right, let's hit up Bitdemic. Bitdemic, the beer guy. What's up, Budweiser?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So I just wanted to first thank you guys for keeping us all up to speed, and then also the Christmas airdrop, and also the conversation we just had. It's a great segue into my question regarding the Christmas airdrop and reaching out to the various communities. One thing that I saw on your Twitter page, and I was not an investor in MCC, but I think it's important for us in the community to have an understanding in terms of an operational perspective, especially seeing multiple failures on the MCC front. Today they launched a BSC pairing, and I just kind of wanted to ask you guys, in terms of the differences operationally in how you would launch a new pair, what you would do to prevent a dumping like what MCC did upon launching a new pair.
So I'll take that. So essentially, what happened is pretty normal in terms of how it occurred. Uh, Aside from the fact that usually you let the market decide. So if we were to launch, which we do plan on, a bridge to the Binance Smart Chain, we would let the community run its course, let arbitrage play itself out the way it does. And we wouldn't launch a Binance. They were in a peculiar situation where they did a V3, so they relaunched on Uniswap for the third time. And at that same time, they launched on Binance Smart Chain, but 3 days later, they opened the bridge for Binance Smart Chain. So people had been trading on Binance Smart Chain for about 3 days before they opened the bridge. So basically, the only thing different that we would do is let the community play itself out. Because I'm not here to criticize or say what they did wrong, but I would just say in our view, what we would do is make a Binance Smart Chain pair available to the community and make sure that nothing gets too far out of line.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that answer. I was just curious in terms of how you guys would have done it differently, if anything. So
Yeah, I mean,
we will never play arbitrage on our own token. Let's just say that we'll never dump on our holders. So if we do Binance Smart Chain, it will be like Nate said. It'll be what happens to it will happen organically, and we will launch it in a fair way that's encourages people to actively use the platform.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it seems like you guys are doing everything right, and super excited about this exchange listing as well. So reflect harder.
Great, thank you, man. Yeah, we're going to bring a
appreciate
lot
it.
more reflectors on with the exchange.
Crypto Feeney, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up? And then for Vineland, this is the Crypto Feeney profile picture. That is the hooded reflector.
Yes,
That won't be
sir.
part. Yeah, that won't be part of the NFT collection. That'll kind of just be something that any basic reflector, any holder can just rock. It's not a one-of-one. It's a community status symbol or icon. So anybody can rock the hooded reflector either way they'd like. They can reflect it the direction that crypto has or Feeney has, or they could do it the standard way. So, yo, crypto, what can we answer for you? Yo, Mr. Feeney.
Looks like we lost him as a speaker up here. Maybe his phone died or something. We could take another question in the meantime.
Okay, cool. Let's take one more, and then if he comes back, we'll take his question, and then we'll end the space.
Yo, sorry, I got kicked as a speaker. Am I still good?
Yeah, you're still good.
You're good.
Okay, yeah. So I was looking at the Treasury nav chart. Can you kind of run us through the key events and how Pan, Dion, and Titan's performances are kind of baked into this? I've been trying to read it, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, so as far as treasury performance goes with Pan and Dion, we haven't tied that into the dashboard yet. Aggregate performance data for our treasury investments will be available coming in January, and we're going to be doing that on a monthly basis. Sort of like, in a traditional finance, you might have quarterly reports. Obviously, the markets move way quicker here, so we're going to be doing monthly reports. So right now, the treasury data is just going to give you an overview, and you'll also see Dion's positions will be live sooner than that because Pan specifically is dealing with, highly volatile assets, and we don't want to influence those. But Dion is generally dealing with more resilient trades. And so, yeah, that data will be more available sooner than the aggregate data for the rest of it coming in January.
Okay, meaning the numbers we're seeing now are not entirely, I guess, accurate, for better or worse.
They are. I mean, that is the treasury balance, and the things that you see there are accurate. They're just. It doesn't have all of the information in there yet, but the information that is there is correct.
Okay, and then you said the dashboard will be updated for returns.
Yeah. In January, with our first report coming, where we expect sometime in mid-January for the first reports, and then from that there forward, it will be monthly reports again of aggregate performance data.
Cool. Well, I think this is a good spot to end for tonight. So, Crypto Feeney just mentioned again in our Discord that he got kicked again. I noticed during this entire space you were coming in and out, so no issue. I think we'll end it for there tonight. Nice little 30-minute space. Find us in our Discord. We're going to be doing a vote tonight on which community we want to airdrop to first. Or which type of community we want to airdrop to first in our Discord. So stop on over. You can find it by clicking on the ACYC Capital Twitter space that's hosting this. And then it's just the first link. And then our ACYC_reflectors channel, which is like our community run meme news source. That is actually legit. All of the contests will be sponsored by me. And they'll be picking the 2 best memes of the recent contest right after the space. Cool. So let's end here tonight. A lot of exciting news. We'll get this recording up on the new YouTube channel right after we end. And looking forward to the 7 days of Christmas starting tomorrow.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you do have ideas or suggestions or a question that you didn't get to ask here, we do have the ideas and suggestions channel in our Discord, and every single one gets read. And like Nate said, we will be in there. So yeah, come catch us in the Discord, and happy reflecting, everyone.